Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am the three-time Naboxed award-winning Naboxed. And I've been all over the place. I've been to Richmond, I've been to Vancouver, I've been to Langley and Surrey and North Vancouver. So I've made my way back to Vancouver. I'm starting at Canada Place. I'm going to be too early for the stamps because I'm meeting a friend afterwards. I'm meeting a friend of the channel at 1 o'clock. But anyway, I'm going to have that finish that before I can get my stamps here. But the questions are posted for everyone to see. So I should have no problem getting at least the questions done and see how much time I can kill before I see my friends. So there's 5 questions here, and I'm going to find out what I can here at Canada Place. You can find out about the real Winnie the Pooh here, at least a little bit about him. And Harry Colborne, who was actually in one of the questions, he bought Winnie the Pooh for $20 back in 1914. Now, closer to modern days, that translates into $490. So, yeah, it shows you how much you got for your money back then. Although I don't think you were making what you made back then. I think we probably make a little bit more now than we did then, but yeah. So it looks like I've got maybe at least 3, maybe 4 of the questions, because one of them does look familiar from last year. I see what could be the final one coming up right here. So I'm going to go in and see if I can find what I'm looking for. So I found all 5 answers. Well, I found 4 of them, but one of them I actually remember from last year, so that was like, okay. It's really more 4 questions than it is 5 based on that reminder. So anyway, it's not even 11:30, but the booth does not do stamps until 1 o'clock. So that means I'm basically having to wait until then. So I'm going to take a seat for a few minutes, and then I'm going to wander around a little bit and see if I can get some hotel stamps, because hotel stamps or some others, because I know that the convention center has also does a stamp, and there's a lot of hotels around here, so I know I've got about 3 from this area, but I know there's a lot more, so yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in a few seconds. So I got the convention center stamp. It's actually in the West Building, right with the Pan Pacific stamp. So kind of wish I had read a little bit closer, because I could have gotten that the day I did the Richmond. Either way, I'm up to 56 stamps, because when I started in North Van, when I started the North Van episode, I had 48. And then I got 3 attractions, 2 hotels, and the 2 neighborhoods. So 7 stamps brought me to 55. And now this is 56. So still got a little under 90 minutes before I'm meeting my friend. So I'm going to see if I can get a head start on Gastown. So I'm going to wander a little bit around Gastown and see if I can get in on that. So the Gastown journey starts right here at this pillar that says Gastown, Cordova and Water, and also you can see the Richards Street sign. So yeah, it's one of those like weird ones where 3 different streets converge into one intersection. So anyway, you see the pillar behind me, and this one contains the first question. I have to count how many colorful circles are on this pillar. So I've done that. Next up, I have to go check out the steam clock, which is actually one of the more well-known landmarks here at Gastown, at least amongst the locals. That's the thing, just because the locals know about it, I'm never really sure how you guys from different countries or even different parts of Canada see these things. So, yeah, we'll go take a look at it. So, there's 5 questions. You only have to answer 2 of them. And so I got, you have to get up close to the steam clock and you have to inspect something that's on there and you have to tell them the color of that particular item. So, yeah, I have the 2 out of the 5 that I need to get stamps, but what makes it interesting, they're making it interesting. You actually have to go to 2 different stores to get 2 stamps. Like I see literally right away one store that I'll get one of the stamps at. But yeah, you have to go to 2 different stores to get your neighborhood stamps here. So, see you soon. So I got both my stamps. One is at Make, which is right on the other side which is like the opposite corner from the steam clock. And then you just go like 1 or 2 blocks down, and then you make a right to get to T's on Abbott Street. And now I have 58 stamps. Because I got the convention center stamp, and then I got the Gastown neighborhood. And I don't want to get run over, so I'm going to make sure that twice I almost get run over. So, going to make sure that I don't get hit. And that about sums it up. So, let's see. It's 10 after 12. So, I'm going to head over and just maybe stop for some lunch soon, and then I'll get back at it at Canada Place and collect my quiz stamp from there. Okay, folks, I've had lunch with my friend, and I've also got my Canada Place stamp. So I got all those questions right. And I've hopped aboard the trolley bus like I did last year, so get one more stamp out of this, and we'll see about how much I feel like getting done. So, but first things first, let's take a look and see what we can find here.
Look at the size of this tree here. This is 500-year-old tree here.
This one?
This ancient tree right here. Right there, 500 years old. This place 200 years ago was like the land of the giants. We were standing in the land of giants with these trees. Lumberjacks back in the day turned the century clearing, development. There would be 2 guys on one tree all day. That's all they did all day, one tree. That's how big they were. You can see pictures of them. It's unbelievable.
Looks like a bunch of trees marked in the one.
I know, right?
That is the city of North Vancouver. I think Chris just wanted to have a nice place to break down.
Yeah. The water is dripping.
Yeah. So North Vancouver out the right window. We're very lazy with the way that we name things in this area. Yeah. Because you might find another.
Probably not happening.
Hey, at least you can still smile.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll see Brockton Point Lighthouse that we just snuck by there.
Brockton Point Lighthouse right there.
Yeah, you can see some goslings down below you.
See the
You wanna take
babies?
a little photo?
Oh,
The little
yes.
ducks? Or geese? Goslin?
And beyond the famous bridge to your right is a different city called West Vancouver. So another example of our laziness, just stick a direction in front of Vancouver. The Lionsgate Bridge, the nice suspension bridge you see to the right. Actually, a lot of people from the States say kind of similar look or feel to Golden Gate Bridge, and that's because right around the same time when they were completed, 1937 and 38. Not the same architect, but similar architectural style, of course. With the Lionsgate Bridge, a couple of thoughts about it. First, the reason why it's called Lions Gate is that there's two peaks on the North Shore, kind of hidden by clouds, that Europeans said looked like two lions kind of laying down. So this is your gate to the lions.
All right, folks. I think I'm gonna call it a day here. So let's see. I did Canada Place. I got the convention center stamp. I hit up Gastown, got the neighborhood stamp, and I did the Vancouver trolley. So, like I said, I hit the 45 stamp mark a while ago. This brought me up to 60. You know, I went from 55 to 60 today. Part of me is debating whether I should, like, combine it with what I do tomorrow, filming-wise. So if it's a shorter video, then you'll know that it's a single day. Obviously, you'll be able to tell by this is at the end. But, like, there's nothing more I can really... There's no incentive in the book to keep it going. It's just whatever I want to make of it. So... yeah, I can take my time. Don't have to do too much. I can give a little bit more love and attention to each spot that I feel deserves it. So until then, see you next time. Bye.